How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the Portsmouth Road to Glory. This is episode 3 and we're heading straight into the first game of today's episode. It was up against Swindon Town. It was the final game before we ended the summer transfer window, so we wanted to get through this just so we could quickly get out of this window and start off by playing some more games. We started this game off sort of slowly. We didn't really get many chances. We had a quick early chance, but it wasn't really anything. Just a long shot, and the keeper makes quite a comfortable save. We then get another chance shortly after that. Harrison plays it into Harness, but again, lovely footwork, but the finish was just lacking a little bit. And that is going to be quite a key theme in today's episode, I think. I'm still getting used to playing with these players. You know, they're not quite at the same level as my Montpellier side. They can't just shoot from any range and maybe score. So I do have to probably remember that I'm playing with quite low rated players, and really we dominated this game. Swindon did have one chance here in the 81st minute to snatch the lead from us, hitting the post, but he was offside. Only just, but again, I'm not 100% sure the referee made the right decision here. From the view we got, it doesn't quite look like he was offside. It looked like he was just on the line, but again, I didn't quite see down the line, so I didn't really know. It didn't matter anyway. It didn't count for a goal anyway, so it doesn't matter. We did pick up a last-minute winner with John Marquise picking up his first goal of the season. I was a little bit worried. Was it his first goal? I think it was his first goal of the season. Anyway, I was a little bit worried about him. I haven't really enjoyed using him, and he'd missed a couple of headers, which is his main thing. You know, he's quite a big physical striker, and he'd missed quite a lot of those headers, and just his hold-up play wasn't necessarily amazing. But in this game, he came on and was actually really solid. He got the winning goal and was really, really good. I still think I'll look for a striker, maybe in the January transfer window, maybe in the summer. I don't know. But yeah, that is the end of the transfer window. Nothing really happened. I apologise that there was no other big transfer signings, but we did spend a majority of our budget on a new youth scout. Speaking of that, we also got some youth players in. None of them were amazing. 3 players that were added to the academy from Scotland and 1 from England. None of them were absolutely spectacular. Matthew Andrew does look good. He's got some good potential, but other than that, I don't think there's anybody that's like going to straight away make it into the first team. So don't expect to see them for the next, at least maybe a month until I get like an extra scout report on them in the youth academy. We then went into the next game straight after that transfer window, and it would be in the Papa Johns BTEC, whatever trophy this is. It's not very good, right? But I also know that we do get an extra development slot if we win this, so it's always nice to win a trophy as well, even if it is like a really terrible trophy. We played Wigan though, as we'd already beaten them this season 4-0, I believe it was, in the league, and that was at home. So we went to the DW Stadium, is it? Or it used to be the JJB Stadium, but I think it's called the DW now. And we went away from home trying to beat them and to pick up 3 points for the group stage that we have, and then it goes into a knockout round, doesn't it, I think. But we played quite well in this game. We had a solid performance. Michael Jacobs scores against his old club. I did do the respect because he played, I think it was something like 170 odd games for Wigan in the 5 years he was there. He had a really good career at Wigan when he was there, and I don't know if Wigan fans liked him or not, but judging by the fact he played a lot of games, I imagine he was well liked, so I did do the show respect. The day was made even worse though, as in the 91st minute, Yeboah would pick up his first ever career goal for the club. Lovely finish from him, really nice as well, absolutely smashes it into the back of the net, and it's a nice goal. Even though it is in the cup that nobody really cares about, it's still nice to get him off the mark. He'd already got an assist, I believe, so this was his first ever goal, and it's a good finish, very good finish. And I've actually enjoyed using Yeboah. He's come off the bench a few times in the league and started in this game. He was very good. I enjoyed using him. Did he start or did he come off the bench? He might have come off the bench, to be honest. We play a lot of games. I don't always remember the team lineups. But yeah, Yeboah's been really solid actually, and I've enjoyed using him. And yeah, again, I think he's been a great player from the youth academy, and hopefully we can get a few of our own English and Scottish and sort of other UK-based players in the team as soon as possible from our youth academy. It'd be great to have some of those players in and around the team. Yeah, that's right, sorry, Yeboah, because he played so well coming off the bench in that cup game, I actually decided to start him in this game against Fleetwood Town. That's where I was confused. We didn't start off this game very well against Fleetwood, I'm going to be honest. It was a really poor start, really slow. We just didn't quite have anything going, and I think it probably goes back to they were playing a 5 at the back formation, and it's a formation I struggle against. And I'm not 100% sure what my tactic is to play against these teams that are much more defensive than a lot of the other teams playing 4 back. We did have better chances in this game, don't get me wrong. It was a much better performance than what was the game that we played awfully in. I think it was was it Crew or was it... I can't quite remember the game we played badly in. It was early in the season. Wimbledon, that was it. We just didn't play well on that one. But this one we did have chances to get back in the game. Sadly, the only chance we had in the first half fell to Harvey White from just a gilt-edged opportunity. Lovely header opportunity, and he's obviously not a great header of the ball. And sadly, he had a second chance, which of course it fell to Harvey White. And sadly, we don't score from that. They did actually score a second goal with Glenn Whelan, of all people, the nearly 70-year-old man, I imagine, at this point. Stoke City legend. But he's a good player, really. For League One, he's got some Premier League quality to him. He's played quite a lot of games at Premier League level and at Championship level as well. So he's obviously quite a good player to have in your team for some experience at this level. They nearly made it 3-0 with a really good chance. We just failed to defend from a free kick. But luckily for us, it goes wide, which meant we had a chance when Williams, not Marcus Harness, it was Williams that got the goal to maybe give us a chance back into this game. And it fell to him here. I think this was such a good opportunity, but he chose to head it. Of all the times to try and get a headed goal, he chose to head it there, not volley it. It's just ridiculous. And again, another chance falls to our big man, John Marquise. And he just fails to put that in the back of the net. They're the chances that I really need to be scoring from. And as you can see, we didn't play badly. I think we just didn't take our chances. A couple of players just weren't quite at it in this game. Alex Bass had a bit of a poor one. That Glenn Whelan goal was just poor to concede. And I think John Marquise came on and wasn't very good. He didn't really play well. And I think we missed. We were made to rue our missed chances in that one. It really was a game for us to win. Fleetwood sat back for about 20-30 minutes towards the end of that game. Rightly so to them. They picked up their 2 goals. They didn't need to score too many more. They just needed to defend, and they knew we have a record. Once we go down, we do struggle to get back into a game. And it was a poor game from us, and we went into this one hoping to pick up a win from this, and we actually started off very brightly. We had some good chances, just some early shots from outside the box, and sadly it was Northampton that would score first. Absolutely woeful defending, and of all the people to volley in a lovely finish, it was their centre-back of all people. So yeah, I was a little bit shocked at the defending and a little bit shocked at the goal scorer for Northampton. It was a lovely finish, dreadful defending, and they got in the lead in the first half, and in the second half they actually made it 2-0. We had another chance early on in the second half to score. We didn't finish it, and they went down the other end and punished us shortly after. Danny Rose, who had a good chance in the first half, scored in the second half, putting his side 2 goals ahead, and it meant that we had a bit of a mountain to climb. We've actually not managed to pick up any points from losing positions this season, I believe. And as we go ahead and score, Ellis Harrison picks up, I think it was his 5th goal of the season at this point. Lovely goal from him. It was a bit of a scuffed shot, really. Hit it into the ground, but didn't mean anything as the goalkeeper couldn't save it. And shortly after that, Yeboah comes on. We played a 4-4-2 at this point. He plays the ball in, and Ellis Harrison was there to volley it into the back of the net as we do go ahead and equalise in the dying stages of the game. Lovely play from Yeboah again, and I did change the formation at this point. In the first goal we didn't change formation, second goal we did. I changed it, brought on Marquise up top and Yeboah, and I think it made a little bit of a difference. We had a little bit more going forward, and I think definitely maybe a 4-4-2 is the best one to try and break down these 5 at the back teams. We had one final chance just before the referee could blow his whistle. Who was it? Well, it was John Marquise yet again, who fails to hit the target from about 10 yards out. Absolutely dreadful. I don't care this is League One. At least put that on target. My God. Marquise couldn't believe that he'd missed that again. That's his 3rd big chance that I can remember he's missed in this career mode so far. And again, it's maybe question marks over should John Marquise be starting in this team. Should he even be in my first team plans for the future? I don't know. I maybe think he could be a good support striker if we're playing 4-4-2. He might be able to have that sort of link-up play with Ellis Harrison. I don't quite know. He did well in this game against Rochdale. He started the lineup in this one, and he actually was the first sort of moving cog in the first bit of play to get that goal for our first goal in this one. A lot of firsts. But it was a good ball by Byers, who was getting a rare start on this. We played a 4-3-3 because we didn't quite have the players to play an attacking mid in this game. So I decided to go with a more flat midfield 3. And it seemed to work well. Lyndon Gooch picks up his first ever goal for Portsmouth. Lovely. And at that point, it meant that Rochdale, they needed to go a little bit more attacking to get back into the game. It left lots of gaps behind. Lyndon Gooch found his way in behind again and scores that one nicely, picking himself up a brace, making it 2-0 and pretty much putting the game out of sight for Rochdale. They did have a striker that was, he scored 3 and 3, Humphreys, but he failed to score from the final opportunity of this game as he heads it wide. Bit of a poor finish from him. But a bit of a lacklustre performance, really. There wasn't many chances that fell to us. There was really no chances in the first half at all. And in general, a bit of a disappointing performance from both teams. But we do go ahead and pick up a nice 2-0 win from basically our only 2 real chances of that game. And we went into the final game of the episode, the big one. It was up against Sunderland at the Stadium of Light, a massive, massive journey for Portsmouth fans to travel away to. I believe it's like at least 200, 250 miles possibly to get to Sunderland. It's a long, long way, and we were facing one of the better teams in the league. Obviously, Lyndon Gooch would be coming up against his former side that he'd spent quite a majority of time at. I'm not sure if he'd actually... was he through the academy as well? He might have been. Off the top of my head, I think he was actually. So he came to face his former side, and hopefully he could put in a good performance. It was a really cagey first half, if I'm being honest. They had one chance where they hit the post, and we had one chance where the ball was played in, and Tom Naylor, of all people, it fell to, who volleyed it, but sadly couldn't put it on target. I didn't expect him to. It came at him quite quickly, and sadly he just couldn't take the chance. We then had a chance towards the end of the second half as Marcus Harness was played in, but he hits the post, sadly. And then again, another chance here. Ben Close plays in Marcus Harness, who finds Williams, but he just hits it against the goalkeeper, who makes a good save. And in the dying stages of the game, Michael Jacobs plays it in to Randall Williams, who picks up another goal in the episode and gets the winning goal in this one. What a finish that was, and what a win that was. Away from home at the Stadium of Light against promotion rivals is always a big, big result. And this was probably... there's 2 games this season, the away game at Sunderland and the away game at Hull. Those are the 2 teams that are obviously former Premier League teams and have real stadiums, and are probably, I see, as the... before we started the season, they were the 2 games that I was targeting, going, right, they're going to be the toughest games. And we pick up a great 1-0 win away from home in what I would deem as one of the toughest games of the league season. So fantastic from us. We finished the... I nearly said the season. We finished the episode off in 5th place. 10 games played, 5 wins, 2 draws and 3 losses. It's not amazing, but based off the teams around us, apart from Charlton, we're sort of on target. You know, we're only 3 points behind 2nd place Peterborough, and we are quite a way off Charlton. Hopefully, we do play them in the next episode in the first game. So that's something to look forward to, and that'll be a real early 6-pointer for us, I think. That is going to be the end of the episode, though. Do hope you enjoyed watching. Do leave a like if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe if you are new, and I will see you for the next episode of the Portsmouth RTG very soon. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.